So these shoes are from Pull Top. I got them off Amazon. They've got a cork insole, which is pretty cool. This is probably my favorite skate shoe I've ever skated. It's the most broken in shoe, just like right out of the box. It's not a skate shoe, it's a barefoot running shoe, and I understand the problems with that. So it's thin, 3mm sole, super thin, not a lot of, protection there. But you could put some footprint insoles or something in it, but that's what I like about this shoe, is that it's so thin. So I don't actually know if this is even a barefoot running shoe. It's leathery, like a synthetic leather, so it is falling apart. I've only skated it for a day, but the flick is actually not that bad. I was able to kickflip with this shoe. I just need to put a little shoe glue on it. So I think skate shoe companies should take something from this shoe and they should make a wider toe box. I know Vans has some wider toe box shoes, but they're still pointy at the end. They're not shaped like a foot. Make a shoe that's shaped like a foot, okay? It might not be the prettiest shoe. This looks like an old man shoe. But hey, I'm an old man and I like the shape of this shoe because it's shaped like a foot. This sock kind of makes my foot look misshapen, but see how my foot is shaped like the shoe? Look, the toe comes out here. It doesn't curve in. What is up with making shoes curve in right there? See that insole right there? That's what a foot looks like. I know I kind of have Fred Flintstone feet, but that's what a foot is supposed to look like. So I lost the little red thing for this side, but all I did was kind of pull it around that leather and stick it through the hole again, and it works fine. This shoe just feels so good for skating. It's so thin, and you can really feel your board. I always have pain with my back ankle on that steep tail. And I've been riding steep tails. This is the first time I haven't had pain in my ankle on my back foot riding kind of a steeper tail. So that is crazy. That may solve all of my problems with my skating. Maybe it's just skating conventional skate shoes has really put my foot off balance. You know how thicker shoes you can roll your ankle a lot easier? Well, I kind of think thicker shoes kind of mess with just everything about your ankle and everything about your foot in general. And this is kind of a rounded toe box, but it still doesn't allow my toes to spread out like this toe box does. You can see that it kind of still tapers in a little bit. And Vans are pretty wide, especially if you get like a 12 in them. These are a wide shoe, but they kind of have a thick sole and insole there, and maybe they're putting everything off balance. Maybe I did need just a thinner shoe. So I've been out hiking in this shoe, and that's one cool thing about this shoe. You can go out, hike in the woods, and really feel the ground, not roll your ankle at all. And it's good for all those little balance muscles in your feet and your ankles and your legs. And you really need those a lot in skateboarding. And I think if I can use these shoes and really develop those on the board, it's gonna help my skating in so many different ways. You might think this is kind of off topic for a skateboarding channel, but actually this channel started out as a channel that reviewed organic clothing and barefoot running shoes. That's what I did when I started this channel. Those videos aren't up anymore. I wish I had left them up so you can kind of see the evolution of this channel, but that's all I talked about when I made this channel. There was no skateboarding videos. I did skateboard every day. I skated since I was like 5 years old, but I didn't make skateboarding videos when I first made this channel. I never even thought to make a video about skateboarding. I really just skated and didn't film at all back then. I just skated every day, and then I'd make my videos about barefoot running shoes. So I've been skating this board with these shoes all day. So I'm gonna switch over to the Vans and see if they make a difference. Maybe I'll be less timid. So I just ordered another pair of these shoes on Amazon that look like panda dunks. So those will look pretty cool skating. That's what I'm gonna be wearing to the indoor park when it opens. So after skating the pull top shoes, these Vans feel so bulky, and I'm nervous that I'm gonna roll my ankle because the sole is so much thicker, even though I usually take the insoles out of these and just skate them. as thin as they can be, it's still so much extra material on there that I'm just not used to right now. These shoes are so light. The sole kind of reminds me of Vivo Barefoot. I did so many videos about Vivo Barefoot on my old channel. That's all I talked about. Shoes are getting a little dusty. Hiking, taking photos. Yeah, I really did. I used to make videos about environmental issues and organic food, organic clothing. Like, I only wore hemp and organic cotton for years. I sold everything else. I even wore shoes that were made out of organic cotton and hemp. I only skated in like the People's Movement shoes, and they were like $80 or something. This is before this YouTube channel started. I did this for a long time. I was a vegan. I bought all this super healthy organic food. Totally different than the me that I am today. I've learned that even I am not the same person I used to be. Like, when I made that video talking about how Thunder 161s were the best truck, well, now I can't even skate them. I'm trying to compare them to Slappies right now in the mini ramp. About a 6-foot mini ramp. And I can't even skate them. It's crazy. Like, I fall dropping in because they don't turn. They're so different. I'm used to like a really turny, like, responsive truck now. So even I'm not the same person I was. So whenever somebody gives advice, you know, take it with a grain of salt, because it might not even work for them anymore. If the video is like a couple years old, they might have changed so much that it doesn't even work for them. So these shoes, I'm gonna have to skate them a little bit longer before I can really tell you about them. But right now, I'm super impressed with these as skate shoes, even though they're non-skate shoes. Best non-skate shoe for skating I've ever skated, for sure. They kind of feel like Costin Nike SBs. The ones that had like that sock liner, feels a lot like that shoe actually. They fit really tightly. Like, they slip on, but they're so snug. Most snug slip-on I've ever had. It's like made for my foot. So I was probably a little bit less timid to actually land my tricks with the Vans, but my flick wasn't any better. Maybe if I try out these shoes on a smaller board, like this Braille board. Yeah, so the barefoot shoes, they skate pretty good, but I don't feel super confident doing flip tricks in them, and I feel like they're ripping pretty quick. I did some heel flips and varial heel flips and frontside heel flips, and that really tore up the top part of this shoe. Alright, so today I'm more into the 8.5 inch move stack than I am with the 9 or the 10, just because I think these barefoot shoes I've been skating, they're like barefoot running shoes. I think they are smaller than my normal skate shoes, and they allow me to skate a smaller board because it's just like being barefoot. And also this board has smaller wheels. I think it's easier to handle the bigger boards with a bulkier shoe. I think the size of your feet really determines the board size, and with extra padding on regular shoes, they just feel so much thicker and bulkier than these barefoot shoes. So actually I've been enjoying the smaller boards on these shoes with the tiny wheels. Those are dragon wheels. So I'm not going to go out of my way and say that I actually suggest you go out and buy this shoe or skate it at all, because I don't want to be liable if you get hurt. So I'm not going to say I suggest them, because I understand the problems with skating a really thin shoe like this. You could definitely get hurt. It just, to me, feels like a worn out skate shoe, which is what I like. I don't like that new shoe feeling. I like a lot of board feel, and that's what I'm getting with this. So for me, it is skatable. I had to shoe glue this shoe on the toe, over on the stitches, and on the side. I actually did some heel flips with it. It really tore through the shoe pretty quickly. So the shoe's not a good value, and I couldn't suggest this at all, but I put some footprint insoles in the shoe So the cork insoles are not actually cork. There's like a thin layer of cork or like a sticker that looks like cork. Don't really know exactly which one. But I pulled that out and put a thin footprint insole in there. And now it actually feels more similar to a worn down real skate shoe. So it's much more skatable. So there's a ton of pebbles out here, and no, nothing's gonna slide. It's just a really rough, unwaxed ledge, but I'll try to get a few tricks on it. So yeah, with the shoes, you don't have any support. They get torn apart. You have to really work with them with the shoe goo and stuff. But they're skating really good. It's like having a really broken in pair of shoes right away. And that's something that I like. I like having broken in shoes. So yeah, check them out if you want to. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this kind of content, scroll through my channel, check out my other videos, and hit the subscribe button because I got a lot more videos to come. Thanks for watching.